We back with full auto Orochi. Now, B-Side has added a new mode to DC called Expert, and with it comes point inflation, which also means they've added new reward tiers. This means a new minimum score to get to. 12k is the goal. Luckily, I have a budget team and then an invested team for this. My budget team will consist of farmable units and the units available to new players through the selectors. So let's go ahead and check them out. Buckle up, kids, here we go. So, Chifu and Chinatsu are both buffed. So, our main carry is actually our frontline. We're rocking Linji in here to be our DP buffer so that we can sit here and inevitably replace all the dead bodies that are going to happen whenever this boss starts lightning the field. But that's fine. With as little gear as I have on these characters, they don't even have the ground rest to sit there and survive all too much. But it's going to be okay. I mean, poor Soyun got assassinated. But that let us get our Tarask back out with all of our goons getting summoned. And we're able to sit there and pass the hit check because we have so many bodies on the field. Now, unfortunately, we do get a little unlucky here on the timing of this stun, right when this DPS check happened, or well, hit check happened. We probably could have made it if we weren't stunned in an untimely manner, but that's okay. After this teleport jutsu going on here, Chifu is just going to sit there and finish off the boss for us, which is great. We might actually, I can't remember, do we actually get to see the ulti here? I think the ulti is what finishes us off, so we get to do this in style a bit here. With that, we got our 12k minimum score with points to spare. And like I said, that this is without gear on a majority of the characters, so you actually put decent gear on them and you should be able to get higher than 12. This is the team that I'm rocking for this run. I honestly think Chifu and Shinatsu are non-negotiable here just because they are upped. Everyone else is pretty much replaceable. Though I would recommend Admin Rifleman or another unit that does multi-hits to complete the hit checks. Now, as you can see, the gear I'm rocking isn't really that great. We have basically, I went DPS on Chifu because with Chinatsu healing, she's just going to stay alive forever. And since she's up, she's doing a lot of damage. So we're just going to sit here and put as much anti-ranger, anti-ground on her. We're rocking our free-to-play set with the anti-ground res, so we only got 67.8% skill haste with 29% ground res, which is pretty much all she needs to survive. Tarask, we did put on Blaze. We did sit there and give anti-ranger and anti-ground to it just to try and help us complete the hit check a little bit, and Tarask is on the field the longest. Chinatsu, I went with our other free-to-play set that we get for CDR with 67% skill haste. Since she's upped, you don't actually need that much ground res on her, or any at all for that matter. And then, of course, we have no gear on this character, no gear on Rivet. Rifleman, I went ahead with Blaze. Attack speed would be good as well, as long as you don't take any attack speed modifiers. You should be good, and you should hit the, complete the hit checks as long as you don't get messed over by RNG with that stun from the special pattern plan. And then Soyun, I actually didn't even look at her gear. She doesn't have a complete set on. This is just gear that she has on for my dives. I mean, it helps, I guess. It's cool. And then for the ship, I'm running Tempest just to give my units crit res and to give summon some more units. Blue Bridge would also be a decent ship here as well. You can pretty much run any of the ships you have. Chorus would work as well too. And then of course we have just a Kim Hana with no real side skill to help us out here, or levels to give us haste. We're just getting that +1 D. Welcome to B-Sized Vision. All awakens all the time. We're not running just one, not two like usual, but 4 awakens. And then a Vivian operator. So we didn't take the DP down debuff so that we could sit here and be able to generate our DP normally to afford this very, very expensive team. Now I did actively avoid using Jacko for this run, as I know not everybody's going to be pulling for the collab unit, but she can be put into this team. I wouldn't say as a frontline. Not exactly sure who to replace. Maybe Chifu at the end. I don't know. But for the most part, we're going to be using Sigma and her ability to heal herself, Best Daughter perks, as well as Chinatsu because she's buffed, and Chifu because she's also buffed as well. Plus, she has her HP gates and gets pretty low, so she gets her attack buffs. So you know that helps whittle through this boss who has perfect evasion 99% of the time. Oh boy. But luckily we have Seal, who's going to be sitting here lowering the boss's defense here with a nice timely Vivian proc, so we can try to get some damage in during the little bit of time we don't have an evasion buff on the boss, which is right now. And then the boss is going to do a little bit of some teleport jutsu here, back and forth, making our team run around like idiots. And then she, for some reason, jumps into the middle of our team. I don't understand that mechanic quite too much, but hey, it is what it is. And we're going to have Chifu come in at the end here so we can apply some more death breaks, so we can speed up this last little bit of the fight. And of course, we actually get to see Kurian's ulti, and it actually is not badly timed, to be honest. He's able to sit there and survive this lightning here just on the sheer fact that he ulted right there. And then with his absurd stats, to be honest, but it is what it is. And of course, we got a nice 36k. Talk about point inflation. But Best Daughter taking #1 DPS spot here, with Chifu taking the second, followed by Kurian. So for the invested teams, we are using as many Awakened Strikers as we can to basically get that roll advantage bonus. So we're using Sigma, who has one of the most powerful ults in the game. Chifu, you know, because she's upped 100% attack, kind of goes ham. We do have Seal, just because she gives us 100% death break windows and puts a permanent 20% death break on the boss. Kurian's here because he has this little stupid green buff, the Origin buff, which this boss is apparently weak to, so he gets bonus damage. Yay, right? We're going to be rocking Detroit here with Vivian as our operator. For the gear, we're just running as much damage as possible because this boss has way too much HP. So we're going to be sitting there putting A-Speed anti-ranger damage on Sigma here. You don't have to run A-Speed. I just sat there and ran it. Chinatsu, we want to sit there and have as much skill haste as we could possibly get on her because we want her spamming her ultis. Sinjia, same ordeal, just you want as much skill haste. Now, if you don't have Swift, but you have the Sincere, you can run this because the boss is a counter. Speaking of boss being a counter, you can run Volcano gear if it's rocking anti-counter damage. We can sit here and fit as much anti-counter damage as we want on our units. Seal, no, I'm being cheeky with this one for timing purposes. You don't have to do A-Speed. The A-Speed does get the 20% death break on the boss a little bit quicker. But it's mainly because I just wanted around 46% skill haste, 45-ish maybe will be pretty good. Just so for timing purposes, now this may change based on TUs and such, so you may have to find that timing for yourself or what kind of skill haste works. You can just run full CDR on her, and that'll give you some windows. I just had it timed for the Vivian window personally. Now Kurian, I'm running double attack on him, and again, you anti-counter, anti-ranger, anti-ground. You want all of this with as much crit damage as possible. Range damage works as well, except for his ulti, because apparently that's a melee damage. But so we kind of want general damage on him for the most part. And then Dorothy, I just have on this full swift attack speed, so she gets her passive up as many times as she possibly can. And then Shifu, I just have her on tank gear because her only purpose is to come in at the very end and death break the boss to make things a little quicker. And she'll survive and do that with this kind of gear. So we just sat there and put as much ground res as possible on her. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope this helps you get the minimum score this season. Hopefully we can keep getting 12k or more on each boss from now on. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're feeling extra special, you can join the Mage Institute by clicking the join button. You can catch me on Discord. Link is in the description. If you want to support this channel, there's a link in the description for that too. As always, I will see you all next time.